Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. Whew, I'm just getting myself organized and I'm really guided. I've got an itchy nose, which means there's lots of messages coming. You remember, I don't know, is it I Dream of Jeannie? Or, no, it wasn't, it was Bewitched. And she used to wiggle her nose, and I can't wiggle my nose, but if I get an itchy nose, I know that there's a message coming through. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about how separation has been for the Divine Feminine, in case any of the Divine Masculine have been watching my channel, which I know there are some, but whoever's been running, okay, because it can flip, but usually the Divine Masculine kind of runs a little bit. It's been a really difficult time for the Divine Feminine because in the separation period she's had to find herself because she hasn't had the masculine to kind of prop her up, if you like. You know, if she was a Barbie, she wouldn't, you know what I mean. She didn't, you know, if you have a Barbie, like as in a Barbie doll when you're a kid, and you can kind of put them in that sitting position and they sit down and you can lean them against things. Well, for a while the Divine Feminine was kind of using the Divine Masculine as whatever she was leaning on, right? So he was kind of that thing she thought she needed, right? She was kind of, if I can just have my Divine Masculine, then everything will be okay. Interesting, because as we come into the new year, she thinks, well, if I can just have my health, if I can just have the things that are important to me, you know, a healthy, happy life, and my Divine Masculine comes in, then I'll be really, really lucky. So she's kind of changing it, which is beautiful, because she's like, well, my Divine Masculine's got free will. Many of you haven't had this realization yet, but in the future you will. My Divine Masculine, of course, has free will, and you can control him to a certain degree. Okay, if you do my manifesting course, you'll learn how to attract him energetically, and then once he comes in, I've got the 3D, I'm going to call it the Magic 20. I better write that down so I remember. But you get to write to me and give me your 20 questions, and I'll tell you how to behave in the 3D. So once you manifest him in, and you're like, oh my God, what should I do? You know, if he texts me that, what should I text him back? If he wants my body, let's say, if he wants my body, do I give it to him or not, right? So, you know, all of the questions that you've kind of been really, really wanting to know the answers to, I'll answer them for you, all right? So that's called the Magic 20, all right? So I've got a few different courses. Some of you who are new to my channel may not know. They are down in the description box below, but I'll just tell you what we've got so that you do know, and then I'll get into the reading. All right, so I've got my Twin Flame package, right, which is also known as my Ascension package. Okay, then I have my Manifesting course, which teaches you how to attract your Divine Masculine and or Feminine in the 5D, because remember, this is an energetic connection, so what you do with your energy is really important. Okay, so then I've got the Magic 20, which is where you get to ask me 20 questions about what's going on in the 3D, and I'll literally sit and talk to you like this and give you the answers to your 20 questions so you'll know exactly what to do. And it's really fun. I love doing these, and it's booking up fast. So if you want to book for that, get to me, contact me via my email down in the description box below, because that's, kind of booking up really fast, the Magic 20. Okay, so that's 3D questions. So it's unique to you. So you might say, my divine masculine sent me a dick pic. What should I do? Ooh, okay. And we'll try and keep it, well, it'll be rated M15 plus. Well, no, maybe a bit older than that, but I'm not going to give you instructions on how to have sex with your divine masculine, but if you have got sexual questions, we can delve into those and talk about that if you need to, all right? I can use my years and years of experience from being a porn star, which of course I never was one. That's a joke. That is a joke. Don't ever do that, people. It ruins your health, I tell you what. You want to save yourself for your person, right? On a spiritual level, it's important that you only are with your person. All right, so that's my take on that. Okay, so I'm getting off track here. Whew, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. That's kind of what the divine masculine's been thinking a little bit lately. Okay, I'm nearly there, I promise. Alrighty, so the courses I have going at this present time are the Ascension Package, aka the Twin Flame Package. Get yourself into union with you first and foremost. Okay, it really, really helps to know who you are. Some stuff will come up for you that you can get rid of, that you don't need in your life anymore. After that, the next step is my manifesting course, where you energetically attract your twin in the 5th dimensional plane, or the ethereal, right? Once you've attracted them, you can then do my Magic 20, which is 3D questions about what's going on in the 3D, and then I'll answer them. How should you behave in the 3D? And then for any of you who are starting your mission, or starting, wanting to start your own business because of the crazy world situation, many of you need to go to online. How to start your own online business. I've got a course on that as well. And of course, apart from that, I do readings. I do private readings. Whether you're a twin flame or not doesn't matter. Okay. And you can send me up to 8 questions and we can do a 30-minute or a 1-hour reading. I like to have your photograph and your counterpart's photograph. That really helps me because I'm a psychic medium, and so I can see a lot of things just from a photo. Alrighty, so now don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you feel guided to. Let's get into this twin flame reading. I'm so excited today. I'm so excited because the new energy of the new year is bringing with it fresh ideas, fresh energy, a feeling of peace, a feeling of bliss, a feeling of maybe I can do that, maybe I should do that, maybe I ought to do that. It's all these I think I can. Remember Thomas the Tank Engine? And, if you've got kids, you may have watched Thomas the Tank Engine, and he's like, I think I can. Or was that some other train? I don't know. But anyway, it's that kind of energy where if you put your mind to something, you can manifest it really quite well. Ooh. And just FYI, my manifesting course also teaches you how to manifest other things into your life, not just your twin flame or your, significant specific person. So Divine Feminine wants to say something here. many divine feminine have had throat chakra issues. They haven't been able to speak to their divine masculine, and it's caused a blockage in the throat chakra, a big blockage in the throat chakra. And that's also because the heart chakra has been affected, because they're kind of like in this in and out energy. You know, do I stay? Do I go? Do I allow him to keep not communicating with me, or giving me only little tiny little snippets? She's kind of like, I want more. But then she's also going to have that realization that the divine masculine also has free will. So although you have the same soul, he has a different mind to you. Wow. Okay, so let's do the divine feminine first, and then we're going to move on to the masculine. We're going to go feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, all right? So at the bottom of the deck for the divine feminine is this has been, you know, I'm kind of sick of waiting on him. I'm kind of sick of waiting for him to come in. Like, either he likes me or he doesn't like me. It's a very third dimensional mindset that she has had. You know, if he likes me, he'd come to me like I'm ice cream, you know. If he doesn't like me, that must be why he's staying away. And so she's simplifying it in her mind. You know, he's not coming in. And if he is coming in, it's just small. It's only small. And so what the divine feminine is doing is she's placing it all on herself. It must be because of me when he's not coming in, right? So she's holding on to this idea that it's something she's done or something she's said, right? And the fact is that it's not anything that she's done or anything that she said that's keeping him away. It's this whole karmic situation that slows everything down all the time. And that's the truth. All right? So she's like, well, all I want to do and all I've wanted to do for a really long time is speak my truth. And for many divine feminine who have, you know, spoken to their divine masculine, they still haven't been able to get out what they need to say. And so this is why I'm here today, to tell you what the divine feminine wants to say to the masculine. So all of you divine masculines listening today, listen up, because the divine feminine wants to say, right, if I was your queen, I don't know, let's use Cleopatra as an example. If I was your Cleopatra, right, and you were my, is it Mark Antony? I'm not sure, but I think it's, you know, the guy that fell in love with her. How would you behave? Would you not contact me for weeks and weeks and weeks, or months or years at a time? She can't understand it. She's kind of had it up to here, and she's going to have this great epiphany, this great awakening that she doesn't need him anyway because he's always there. But that's not going to come yet. She can't quite grasp the feeling that he's always there anyway, because they have the same soul. Right now, she's still feeling frustrated, because especially if the divine feminine is a woman or is feminine in her mindset, she's emotional. And so she thinks, you know, if I want to go and buy a dress, let's say, she'll go and buy a dress. if I want to see my best friend, then I'll go and see my best friend. You know, it's simple to her. It's like, 1 + 1 = 2, right? It's simple. So when the divine masculine has said in the past, or she's felt the love in the past, and he said, I'm in love with you, perhaps for some, I want to marry you, or I think you're amazing, all of those beautiful complimentary things that he's said in the past, and then he doesn't show up. There's a disconnect between his actions and what he said. So then the divine feminine thinks that there's a deception going on, right? Because if you want ice cream, you go and get your ice cream, don't you? Why would you avoid your ice cream if that's what you want? So she's kind of like, well, hang on a minute. He said he wanted the ice cream. I'm the ice cream. And where is he? He's not coming to get the ice cream. I'm melting. She's like, I'm melting. Remember that movie from The Wizard of Oz? I'm melting, right? So she's kind of like, where are you? Hey, bucko. Hey, honey punch. Hey, honey punch. Where are you? Right? She kind of wants to, she still wants to slap him sideways and say, listen, I've got needs here. Okay? And she does have very much 3D needs. She wants to be touched. If you're listening today, divine masculine, and divine feminine, but divine masculine, if you're listening today, she needs to be touched. She needs to be spoken to like she's Cleopatra. The most beautiful woman in the world. Take gender how it resonates, right? She needs to know you love her. How else will she know? How else will she know? Unless you lick that ice cream, she's not going to know you're there. So you need to send her a message of love and tell her that you care. If you're working late, if you've had a hard time with your karmic life or with whatever's going on, you can say to her, hey honey, hey sweetie, hey sugar plum, I've been a little bit busy. So he's thinking, I want to send my divine feminine a message. He may come in hot and heavy. He wants to work on the connection. He may even want to apologize. I'm really sorry I didn't speak to you sooner. I was working. I had family stuff. I bought a new fish. I bought a new goldfish and it's blue and it's trying to jump out at me and slap me. Right? So he's going to have some excuses. Divine feminine. He will have some excuses. But the secret is that he never lost love for you. So this is a journey about unconditional love. Right? Will you accept his excuses? Will you accept his apology? Will you accept that he is trying to at least make amends for what he's done? Or will you tell him that you were the melted ice cream that fell off the cone onto the ground in a puddle? Because sometimes divine feminine can get into a puddle, can't she? So divine feminine is in this place of pissed offness a little bit still, because it's like, well, I'm a good person, universe. It's like she wants to have a little chat with the universe, I'm a good person. I'm generally kind and do nice things. And you're kind of not showing up with what I really want in the 3D. Oh. Notice how her heart chakra in the recent past was blocked off. And then she has throat chakra issues because when the heart's blocked off, right, that connects to the throat. The throat chakra is the next chakra above. She may also have problems or have had problems with her ears, her nose, her teeth, her mouth, or respiratory issues, shoulder problems, sore breasts, sore ribs, and even problems with her diaphragm. So, you know, that section from your neck down to your navel, the diaphragm. So if you've had any physical issues like that, know that your heart chakra and your throat chakra have been blocked off. Because in the past, she was dreaming about the union. She's like, well, I want the fairy tale. I want the, 2.5 children and a minivan, a house in the hills with a creek. Maybe that's where he got his fish from. Because she's just felt disconnected. She's like, he's over there doing that, and I'm over there doing that. And so she's seeing the disconnection. She's saying, you're over there and I'm over here. You're doing that and I'm doing this. It's this whole duality going on of how she's perceiving the connection. She's feeling I wouldn't say discombobulated. I don't know why I want to use that word, but she's just feeling like, well, why can't he see me? Like I'm that new flavor of ice cream that he used to love. I'm fruit tingle, peach and passion fruit, right? It's this new flavor that just came out. And then she kind of goes, oh, okay. I've closed off my heart chakra again. Now, when he does this in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, right? Divine Feminine lets it slide, and she lets it slide, and she lets it slide. And then about by the fourth time, when they maybe have promised to come back together, or maybe they haven't, but she's assuming they will because they've had a great time, and he doesn't, she starts getting these thoughts in her mind. Maybe he's with someone else. Or maybe you already know he's with someone else, but maybe he's decided to stay with that someone else. Maybe he's not enjoying my company. Maybe he doesn't find me sexually attractive. Maybe he doesn't, all of this. And so remember in the other reading not so long ago, the divine masculine was having all these excuses as to why he couldn't come in. Notice how it's mirroring on the divine feminine side, right? Let's do a few examples. Maybe he's being slow because he got caught up in traffic. Maybe it's the karmic situation, the negative energy there that's holding him back. Maybe he hasn't got enough resources and he wants to build those before he comes in. Or maybe he's been arguing with people and he can't see me right now because, that's taking precedent. Oh, he hasn't got the call yet. It's not the divine time. Some of the really yucky thoughts that might come for the divine feminine is, oh my goodness, maybe he's sleeping with someone else. Maybe he's giving himself to someone else. And that really hurts the divine feminine a lot. Maybe he's someone's daddy. So it's weird because the excuses that the divine masculine was bringing in the recent past have now converted over to divine feminine, going, well, he's not going to come in, right? That's what she starts thinking. He's not coming in. He doesn't love me anymore, right? He's got secrets that he's holding back. He's secretly in love with someone else, right? So all this mental conflict that happens with the divine feminine is actually a manifesting technique that she's starting to do, because he comes in and goes away, comes in and goes away, or just doesn't come in at all. And so she comes out of the heart space and into the mind, and the mind takes over. So let's go to the divine masculine and see what's really going on in his feeling space with regard to divine feminine. Many of them have been working, literally have been working like 12-hour days, absolutely exhausted when they get home. When they come home, they've got other responsibilities as well, like family. Some of them may have children, and some of them are married. You know, the King of Pentacles here, denoting that some of them are married, right? They're feeling the love for divine feminine. It hasn't gone anywhere. Notice we haven't got the King of Cups here. We've only got the Knight of Cups. So he's actually feeling like he needs to prove his love. You know, the King of Cups is already in the love, but the Knight of Cups is feeling like he needs to prove his love. How do I prove my love to her? Because he wants to say, because I've been a very naughty boy. As in, you know, not coming in, not giving affection, not giving attention. Now, by now, we now are in 2021. By now, the divine masculine should know that divine feminine likes attention. She likes being texted to. She likes being spoken to. She likes being told she's beautiful. She likes being told that she's Cleopatra, perhaps. All right. So the divine feminine's coming out of this confusing energy and going, well, you know what? I really love him, but I'm going to come to this place of loving me, so that even if he's taking a while to show up and make our dreams come true, I've got no choice but to just take care of me. And so she's, you know, she wants to take care of herself. She really does want to take care of herself. Genuinely. For the first time ever, she actually goes, you know, I think I can detach and be okay, but it's going to take her a minute. So the action space of the divine masculine, remember, in the thinking space, he wants to come forward. He may apologize for not coming in. He may tell you that he's been working, or working on himself, or working on a project, or working on something. But for many of them, they've tamed the ego. They've tamed a part of themselves that was being judgmental of themselves. You know, before they had a lot of excuses. I can't come in because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough of this. I don't feel this. I don't feel that. I don't blah blah. And on it went. And now there's this feeling of, I really want to come in, because I know she's my home. So the Four of Wands in reverse is coming up in the action space. So it's this knowing that she's the home. She's where he needs to be. No one else around him is making him feel the same. No one else is lighting him up like she does. No one else brings the warmth like she does. No one else says the truth like she does. And so he's kind of made a decision that he wants to build with her. Now, this will be different for every divine masculine, but he wants to build with her might mean, to start with, I want a friends with benefits relationship. That's what it might mean. For some of them, it might mean let's work together. For some of them, it might mean let's just be real good mates and see where it goes. For some of them, it might be a promise of a coming together in some kind of union, whether that's a marriage or a home situation, living together. But he's realizing that without her, his world isn't the same. He wants commitment eventually. And I think that, 2020 really, slapped a lot of people in the face and shocked a lot of people. And so he's realizing that, life is kind of, I don't want to say life is short, because I don't like that saying. I think it's silly. But life is for living. Life is for taking risks. Good risks, not silly risks. But the divine feminine still needs to open up her heart chakra. You need to forgive your divine masculine. If you are mad at your divine masculine, you are mad at yourself. All right? But there's two forms here. And I don't want to talk forever, but I want to explain to you that there is, because this has been a theme for such a long time. All right, so let me explain. In the 5D, have you ever been mad at your twin flame? When you close your eyes and you feel your twin and you meditate and you daydream and you feel their energy in the ethereal realm, I bet you 99.99999% of times you've never been mad at them. Like ever. Because, that's the place of dreams. That's like heaven on earth. That's like your blissful state. But yet in the 3D, when you come into your mind space and your ego, I bet you've been mad at your twin a lot. So we've got this difference of the heart versus the mind and the ego. So the mind and the ego is going to tell you, divine feminine, he's never coming in because he's with a karmic and he's been with that karmic for so long, they're never going to break up and it's never going to happen for me and la la la, and he's playing around and he's deceitful and he's this and he's that, which may or may not be the case, right? And yet in a meditation state or in a daydreaming state or in your dreams, you're like, oh, my divine masculine is so beautiful. He comes to me in my dreams and he's making love to me, and I had 80 million orgasms all in one night. It was amazing, right? So can you see this disconnection, this discombobulation that's going on here? It's like, oh, I close my eyes and there he is, and he's caressing my skin. In the 3D, he's an asshole. He's batshit crazy. Right? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Right? So this is why my manifesting course will teach you how to stay in your heart space all of the time, no matter what he's doing. In fact, I don't know if you know this, divine feminine. Shh. Don't tell divine masculine, because he might get jealous that you know this. But it actually doesn't matter at all what they're doing in 3D. Ooh, really? It doesn't matter. Let them do whatever they're going to do. Let them go out with Nancy and Cheryl and Jemima. Right? Let them do that. Let them experience life without you. Because if you know how to manifest them energetically, it won't matter because they will be drawn to you. They won't be able to get an erection from anyone else but you. Take gender how it resonates, right? This is my wand, my erection wand for today. Right, so remember, if you need my help to manifest your twin flame, it's so easy, in fact. The Ascension package, if you feel that you need to, become who you are, is the first step. Then I suggest my manifesting course. You will be so surprised at the difference in what happens after you do that. Once they come in, you can do the Magic 20 with questions about what's going on in the 3D and go, OMG, OMG, I know how to behave in the 5D and in the third dimensional reality. All right? So it's not hard. It's not as hard as you think it is. So Divine Feminine, last thing I want to say to you is that you've got this mind and ego versus the heart chakra issue going on here. It's like you unconditionally love them, but damn, you still want some conditions, So how do you love someone unconditionally and have conditions? It really makes no sense, does it? However, you can have it all. You can have your cake and eat it too. You really can. You can have your divine masculine absolutely off the charts, crazy in love with you, needing you, wanting you, desperate to come into you, right? Absolutely wanting, frothing at the mouth like a horse, wanting to grab that apple from you. And you can, you can control their energy more than you know, Divine Feminine. You are a goddess. And once you know how to control their energy and how to bring them in how you want them to come in, boy oh boy, you're going to have one of the most fantastic journeys ever. All right? So what's going on in your thinking space is kind of irrelevant when you know these techniques, okay? But you kind of have to come to terms with understanding that, you're not going to just know what to do. I've been studying this for years and years and years and years and years, and I have great success with the people who have done my courses. In fact, many of them are coming into the union phases, the phases before union, and many of them are in union. All right, so if you need me, let me know. But Divine Masculine, for many of you, will be coming in shortly with a message. It might be small, it might not be big, but of course, this all depends on you. A lot of us think that when Divine Masculine doesn't come in, that, he's an absolute asshole, or he's a pain in the ass, or he's playing games, or etc., etc. But it's actually all about you. You are controlling your Divine Masculine. You are the puppeteer, and you're holding him by the strings. And there's no black magic involved, all right? There's nothing sinister involved. He still gets to have his free will, right? It's amazing. Once you know what to do, you're going to go, oh my goodness, really? Why didn't I think of that? Alrighty, if you need me, don't forget, my new price list is down below. I'm still doing readings over the holiday period. I'm still sending you beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I can't wait to hear from you via email if you need me. Keep the donations coming, because I'm going to be sending a lot of money to charity at the moment. I also have a family member who is really not doing so well, and I would really appreciate any donations so that that family member, I don't want to mention names and all of that because of privacy, but could really use some help right now. Okay, so if you are guided to donate, I would really appreciate it right now. There's a lot of people in the world that could really use our help, and right now one of my family members is one of those people. So yes, so anything is appreciated, as small as it is, it doesn't matter. It will go into a really, really great cause, like so much. So I want to say thank you in advance if you do that. All donations by PayPal, please, and the link is in my description box. And please write donation so I know that it's a donation. I would so appreciate it. And as my gift to you, if you need any prayers, I will do that as well. So you could put your name down for prayers if you want that, or for a family member. If you know 10 people that need prayers, put them down. I actually have a prayer list, and I pray many times during the day. So that's something that I can give back to you. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all so much. Divine Feminine, work on opening your heart chakra up. Don't be mad at your Divine Masculine, because a lot of what he's doing is actually because of what you're doing. And I'm not saying that, if he's doing something really, really bad, like stealing or thing like that, that you're doing that. It's just that what you do energetically translates into what he does in the 3D physical reality. Okay, so I'll make some more videos about these concepts so that you can understand them more. And thank you for being here. Welcome to 2021. May it be blessed for all of you. And I better go, because I've been 42 minutes and 32 seconds. Okay? Bye.